Welcome to the Deep Dive. For this Thanksgiving, we are zeroing in on one key piece of analysis, which 6-5 squad is truly, playing for their playoff life in Week 13.
Right.
We've got a full stack of insights here, mostly coming from two-time Pro Bowler Trent Green's breakdown of the holiday slate.
And our mission today is pretty straightforward. We want to find that single highest stakes game.
Exactly. We're looking at Lions-Packers, Cowboys Chiefs, and Bengals Ravens.
And it's not just about the big names. The analysis is very clear that the real question is, which one of these 6-5 team pairings has their entire playoff destiny riding on this one game?
Okay, so let's start with the games that are kind of the undercard here. First, we've got that classic NFC North matchup, Lions versus Packers. Green calls it a great battle for positioning.
And it is, for sure.
And then the nightcap, Bengals Ravens. I mean, that's pure electricity with the rivalry. And of course, Joe Burrow's big return. That feels like it has massive stakes to me.
It does. It feels that way.
So why is the analysis suggesting the pressure there is actually a little looser?
Well, that's where the structural insight really comes in. If you look at the AFC North standings, you've got both the Ravens and the Steelers sitting there at 6-5.
Right.
The reality, according to this analysis, is that the division is probably only going to send one team to the playoffs, the winner.
So they aren't fighting for a wild card spot that might not even be there for them.
Exactly. It gives them, a slightly bigger margin for error compared to some of these other teams.
So if the AFC North game is structurally lower stakes, let's pivot to where the analysis says the real dogfight is. Cowboys versus Chiefs on CBS.
Yeah.
This one is being billed as what potentially the biggest ever in viewership. Right. You've got Dak Prescott versus Patrick Mahomes. But Trent Green is arguing the stakes are way higher than just tradition.
That's the core of it. What's fascinating here is the sheer urgency for both teams sitting at that very shaky 6-5 record.
Right.
The analysis emphasizes that, quote, most is riding on this for playoffs, specifically for this pairing. I mean, for Kansas City, they haven't felt this kind of panic since before Mahomes got there.
They're fighting for a rare playoff spot after dominating the AFC since 2018. They're just not used to being the underdog.
Not at all. And you can see that desperation in how they got to 6-5.
Oh, absolutely. The Cowboys had to rally from 21 points down against the Eagles. The Chiefs needed overtime just to scrape by the Colts. That is some high-stress football.
And that stress leads you directly to the central contradiction of this whole matchup, and it's with Dallas.
Their defense.
They're building this whole narrative of defensive momentum, which, feels great in the locker room, but the cold, hard stats just completely betray them.
It's bad.
It's really bad. Their defense is ranked 31st in points allowed and 29th in yards allowed. It's a statistical disaster that they're trying to paper over with just pure willpower.
Which makes a game against Patrick Mahomes incredibly volatile. So when you boil it all down, the synthesis of this deep dive is pretty clear. The Cowboys-Chiefs matchup carries this unique, heightened playoff pressure.
That's right. The winner keeps their wild card hopes very much alive.
And the loser? Well, the loser faces a massive uphill climb with a 6-6 record.
It's the biggest decision point of the season for both of these franchises, no question.
So considering the Cowboys are clinging to this idea of defensive momentum while ranking near the very bottom of the league, the provocative thought for you is this. Which one will ultimately define the outcome of this pivotal Thanksgiving game, the reported momentum, or the cold, hard, and frankly very poor statistical rankings? Enjoy the gridiron drama.